Report. So not a lot, but a lot of big stuff happened today. Why are you laughing?
That same old intro.
Not a lot happened, but a lot of main stuff with the Supreme Court.
And that just happened today, didn't it?
That's what everybody's talking about.
Ruling. That's pros and cons, y'all. We may hurt some feelings on some of what we think about this.
I think I'm gonna be a little controversial, y'all.
It might be. And you and I have some different takes on it, too.
Yeah. We don't agree on everything. I may not. I don't know. Y'all
Whoopi and them was not. There were the ladies on The View. Whoopi wasn't happy.
Okay.
And I think we have to be careful because this is saying for the school. This is for college admission.
Right.
This is not like overall thing.
Well, that's next. I mean, come on.
Because I thought about Colin Powell when they were talking to him and they said how he was saying how affirmative action, it's not always like the perfect thing, but it did help him get to where he was in the military.
Right.
So he leaned on it because I think they had asked him about that. But this is in regards to admissions, like if you are applying for school or trying to get into a college or.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. First, let's let people know what's going on.
Okay.
So the Supreme Court guts affirmative action in college admissions. What does that mean? The Supreme Court says colleges and universities, all right, can no longer take race into consideration as a specific basis for granting admission. A landmark decision overturning a long-standing precedent that has benefited Black and Latino students in higher education. That's a lie. I just want to say that. Affirmative action benefits white women more than anybody else.
Oh.
So let's just throw that out there. Now, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the opinion for the conservative majority, saying that the Harvard and the University of North Carolina admissions programs violated the Equal Protection Clause because they failed to offer measurable objectives to justify the use of race. He said the programs involved racial stereotyping and had no specific endpoint. The opinion claims that the court was not expressly overturning prior cases authorizing race-based affirmative action and suggested that how race has affected an applicant's life can still be a part of how the application is considered. So the reason why I'm saying that I'm somewhat controversial on this is for a few reasons. They basically saying, we're saying you can't get admitted just because you're Black or Latino, unless you write some kind of thing that says that there's a reason why you've had opposition in your life. And it's a little bit harder for you to make it than it is for the next guy. Okay? Well, that's pretty much every Black kid that was in urban school. You could say that.
Or Latino.
I had to get shot on my way almost going to class every day. Or Latino. So that separates the Black kids that live in the nice, prestigious suburb.
Yeah.
Versus the Black kid who lives in the urban suburb.
Like
right?
Clarence Thomas's nephew.
Yes. He would not be able to benefit at Harvard for affirmative action.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
He can do the legacy thing and get bought in like everybody else.
Do away with that too.
Yeah. So the Asian people who brought this whole case up,
the issue that they
were upset because they were saying that they wasn't able to get in good numbers because all the the Black and Latino kids in affirmative action was taking their spots. All right. What this just did, and I hope that white people understand this, because some of them seem to be kind of ridiculous when they don't understand affirmative action and how 40% the statistic is white women. But anyway, so how they don't understand, what they don't understand is this ruling, in my opinion, affects them more than it does us. Because it's going to affect white girls trying to go to Harvard. We can't just bring you in because you're a white girl or you're a white woman. Affirmative action. We've got to have more girls than boys or a certain number of girls and all this other stuff. And then the other thing that it's going to do is it's not going to make one difference because the majority of the ones that's in Harvard and these other schools are there because of legacy.
That's one thing they talked about on The View. They feel like that's one thing to get rid of is the legacy. The whole thing with that is even over the affirmative action issue. Because if you get your son or daughter gets in because you bought a wing in a library wing or something, you bought a parking lot, your son gets in. That's not fair either. So I'm thinking for affirmative action. Now I'm listening to some kids. I hear both sides. I hear students. We're old school. I'm old school. I'm a grandmother's age. So a lot of my young cousins or my friends who have young grandkids, this day and age, they're thinking differently than we are when it comes to race. A lot of them don't think of, oh, I wonder how many blacks they're going to let in, how many Latinos, how many people, just minorities in general. They want to get in on the merit of how much they know and their grades. Well, here's the thing.
If you go by merit, guess who's the college? The whole college and all the universities is full of. If we just go by just scores, right? No diversity, no nothing. White people ain't going to be there either. It's going to be all Asian people, Indian people from India, and people from other countries.
If you test well, yeah.
If you go just strictly say no diversity, we want to just go by test scores, we don't want to do anything else, I'm telling you right now, a lot of white people going to be disappointed too. Because they're not going to be there either.
But you also have the issue, aside from what you're saying, you have to look at all the different pros and cons with this. A lot of kids, they don't want to put their race down. A lot of biracial kids, a lot of kids who have different nationality,
but do you have to?
So you have the option to not. A lot of kids are not putting down their race. So how would you?
But how is this changing? They didn't have to do it before.
How are you knowing then that the white girls are getting in, or the people you're saying, the Indians, or if it's not so much merit, you're saying that if they do away with the whole affirmative, it's going to be hard for those kids who are biracial, whatever, not say their race. They're going to be going on their merit of how good their grades are.
No, I'm saying, I think
which will push a lot of them away.
I'm saying that every university, every college, I feel they should, especially public ones or whatever, should be diversified.
Yeah.
And you can't just go by test scores. Because if you go by test scores, like I said, white people are going to be disappointed because y'all not going to be in there either. The whole school is going to be Asian people. That's a stereotype. Let's just go and say it. It'll be Asian people, Indian people.
A lot of them test well than over
us,
over a lot of the minority
and
kids.
Then people from other countries. It'll be Africans, people from France and Germany and all these places.
So the situation that happened,
Americans won't be in the schools. Put it that way.
So the situation that the Asian kids were experiencing. You're almost saying it needs to stay that way.
I'm saying
because otherwise they would probably take over there.
So that's what I'm saying.
Score higher.
White people who are so bent on no, get rid of diversity. No, it should be by your merit. Your kids aren't that smart.
No.
I'm sorry to break it to you. They good on Game Boy and Nintendo games. They're not that smart. If you want to go by test scores, the kids from other countries, Asian kids and Indian kids gonna outscore y'all every single time.
One of the examples that Sunny gave on The View, she said, this also came about from
I don't care.
That white lady who was not able to get into the university or whatever she was applying for,
and they found out
it was her grades was not high enough to even get in. The black girl had better grades than her,
and they found out that a lot of white kids who got in with worse grades than she did was because of legacy.
Because of legacy, yeah. So that to me needs to be done away.
So I don't care. Like
affirmative action is like for this purpose of going to college.
Like I said, I'm saying something controversial. I don't care. Because as long as you saying in their little thing that they can still write a story and that could still push you ahead of everybody else, then I'm fine.
Show reason.
Because Marquita gonna have a story. Yeah, I get shot at every morning before I go to school.
Or watched her mom get gunned down.
Or my brother. I'm the first one in college.
Right, I'm taking care of.
I have my brothers and sisters I'm taking care of.
The violence will be playing on a lot of these kids in the hood.
And unless you are a dummy on the board, a name will tell you what the person is. I don't have to write down what I am. If my name is Jesus Latreres, Ferreres. Obviously, he's Latino.
Descent. Or a Jewish name. Or a Asian name. Chung.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an Asian
Now,
girl.
every once in a while, somebody will slip in there, like a Tom Cruise or something. And you'll be like...
One of my coworkers' last name was Funchez, and she was black.
Yeah. Every once in a while, somebody will get in there, and you'll be like, okay, your name didn't match. We thought you was Tyrone Jenkins. We thought Tyrone Jenkins was a black boy.
I actually had in my college one of the maintenance guys. His name was Leroy.
Yeah.
He was white. I said, no, Leroy ain't white.
The movie Leroy Brown was white.
Was he?
Baddest man in the whole darn town.
He was a white man.
He's bad. Leroy Brown. He's the baddest
man in the whole darn town.
The baddest
Badder
man.
than old King Kong.
Yes.
Meaner than a junkyard dog.
Yeah, he was black. I mean, he was
So
white.
I don't know. Let's see where this goes, because people are uproar on both ends.
I'm not in uproar. And then another thing, and I guess I'll continue to be controversial. Why y'all got to go to Harvard? Black kids. Why can't y'all go to HBCU?
Does affirmative action speak for how many white kids need to be at a black HBCU?
If you start going to a lot of these HBCUs, some of them is majority white.
I know.
I don't think y'all know that, do y'all?
White kids are going
and
to
they go
HBCUs.
on minority scholarships.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
So you may want to rethink this affirmative action thing when it comes to school. I don't know. Who does it really help? And if the kids, like you're saying, they're not putting their race down, they may be biracial. Okay. They may be not wanting to be,
Keitra says, good afternoon, Chad. I'm so glad you are talking about this. Been waiting all day to hear this discussion. Daphne says, the whole school will be international. And Kiki says, hey, sisters, miss hearing you live. Yeah. So each one of those
said all the kids will be from Asia.
I don't know why. And if you're a white person, don't get offended by what I'm saying. But y'all, some of y'all got to stop thinking y'all the smartest people in the world. It would be
Asia or
your
legacy kids.
A lot of y'all kids are morons.
Well,
I'm sorry.
We don't.
A lot of us, period, in this country are morons. A lot of us in this country. A lot of us in this country are morons. Well, our kids sit in front of the computer.
What she's trying to say, no, we're not all morons.
I didn't say that. I said a lot.
A lot of people are not necessarily morons, but if you think about it, and Alyssa has brought this up on The View, we test lower and our kids test lower in schools than other countries like Japan and other schools in Asia. So yes, because the parents are not really involved in their kids' education and trying to get to that next level. You're saying that
I'm gonna repeat what I said after you finish.
Well, why you call them morons?
Okay, so a lot of these kids today are morons. They sit in front of the computer and all they do is Game Boy and Nintendo and all of this other stuff. And you know why a lot of us are on TikTok and stuff? The Chinese people have a different TikTok in their country for their kids. They give us the dumbed down version of TikTok. And then on their TikTok in their country, they don't put all that stupid stuff on their TikTok. They make their kids excel as far as in knowledge and everything. So what's going to happen is, I'm not saying I'm the smartest person in the room.
And you're not.
Yeah, we have, most of us are not.
Right.
You can't even explain this. So most of us are not that intelligent. Quit putting yourself so high up on the map on intelligence. Now we are creative.
Because we're not intelligent, I'm saying we're not morons.
Well, not
That's
morons.
What I'm saying. That's a harsh word.
Well, moron.
And there are kids out there, like you're saying, they're not focused.
exactly
so much on education where they should be. And I'm sure if they apply themselves, they would probably see that they have intelligence. They're smart, but there's nothing out there challenging them.
So if you get rid of diversity, which is really what they're saying they want to get rid of, and you just want it to be on merit only, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
But you got to get rid of the legacy program too, because that's not merit.
Right.
Because my father went to Harvard. I get to go to Harvard even though I'm a dummy.
Right.
No.
Right.
If you're going to get rid of it, I say wash all of it.
Legacy, that to me needs to be hit first, even before you even do this affirmative action thing. But I don't know.
Daphne said they go because it's cheap, probably HBCUs, and they got rid of testing in high schools. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why you just pass kids on and just let them go on and go to school. Yeah. But if you Asian, I can see why Asian people be mad. Because we are stereotypically the smartest people
and taking their spot. That's
and you taking my country,
another minority, because they're minorities too, right?
Technically, this should be our school. We do our Uber Eats, and it's one school that we deliver around here. Mm-hmm. It's a high school. It's a private school. Mm-hmm. All Asian.
They were all Asian girls coming to get their food. We kid you not. We would Uber over there almost every. Same Asian girls.
It'd be a few white girls sprinkled in and one black girl maybe with a ponytail somewhere.
Looking like a nerd.
But everybody was Asian. Or everybody's Indian. Yeah. So go ahead. White people who want to get rid of diversity. You're going to be one of the first. We just want to do it on merit. And you got your son sitting in the room all day on his Nintendo game.
Right.
And you think you're going to go against this guy who came over here probably on a boat, and that child is doing nothing but reading a book. You better not bring no video game in here.
Look.
My friend, who's my guy friend, his family came over here from Guyana. Mm-hmm. There is nothing less than you getting a degree.
Mm-hmm. They don't.
And a master's degree. Are you out of your mind?
They don't expect nothing less for when it comes to education. And there are a lot of families, ethnic groups who are really pushing that their kids really excel in education.
And a lot of Indian people, you working, you'll see them, you'll see the kid at 7-Eleven, I'm being stereotypical, 7-Eleven or whatever, with a book, sitting behind the counter.
In Philippines, a lot of Filipinos.
But your child is on a Game Boy in the room playing all day, which is, again, I'm going to say something controversial. College, to me, today could be overrated. What is your purpose of going to college?
You don't want to waste money.
Are you trying to go to college unless it's something to be like a doctor or a
really
lawyer?
Specific on what you
want. Why are you going to college for communications and business? And when the billionaires, they don't even have college degrees.
Yeah.
They don't even have college degrees.
Mark Zuckerberg,
these guys don't. They don't have college
Elon
degrees.
Musk don't have one.
No, they don't have college degrees.
Okay.
So then you see, and you had these guys, and if they did, they wasn't the smartest kid in the class.
And look who was our past president.
Oh God!
Trump didn't have no. Did he make his way through school?
Well, he was legacy.
He's like, and
he's a moron.
He was a commander in chief.
See, that's the other thing. You guys correct me. They corrected me for saying moron, but I called the president. I called the ex-president a moron.
Well, that's good.
I called the people moron. That's my word.
But that word don't fit kids who are not up to their potential in education. They're not morons. Mm-hmm. They just, maybe some people think lazy or they're not applying themselves. But a moron to me fits like Trump. Trump is a moron.
Well, some people would say
some stupid stuff.
Some people would say that's derogative to say that. Is he really a moron?
Well, you can base it off of examples with him. But if you do a blanket statement to kids whose grades are not at the level,
I didn't say that they grade.
No, I'm saying you're putting them in a category because you're saying they're not as highly educated because they're spending time on Playboy a little.
Exactly.
That kind of stuff.
And that's why I call him a moron.
That's not a moron.
Now, a kid who's applying himself and he's getting a C, he's not a moron.
Gee, okay.
No. But the one that spends all day on Nintendo and Game Boy, you're a moron.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
And I'm not taking that back.
So this is going to be an ongoing conversation that they're going to have because they already made it. It's like the breaking news about this.
Kiki says they regulate TikTok over there. They sure do on China.
Yeah.
We're too busy doing these stupid challenges over here. And Layla says, hey there, tell it like it is, women. How are y'all doing this evening? Hey, girl.
Hey.
Keitra says, I taught my kids trades hands-on.
Yes.
They are both gifted. That made them successful.
Thank you.
Wendy says, hey, ladies, we're going backwards. I agree. That's what I'm talking about.
A lot of parents are not applying in there. That's why the government, I get upset when the government is trying to raise the children. They're taking that from a parent. You can't do this with them. You can't do this with them. You can call us if you beat them or whatever. I'm like, isn't that a parent's job?
That's what I'm saying.
You dictate what your kids should be reading. You don't tell my son, I want my son to read this book because I want him to learn. And you can't rely
on what the school does because the school is going to keep them at a stupid level.
Yeah.
And if they, depending on where they are, like where DeSantis, some books they won't even be able to read them.
They won't be reading them.
So all I'm saying is, the reason why I don't mind us talking about this affirmative action. You guys, affirmative action is going to be gone all around. We already know that. Yeah. Except for in the military. They still need your black butt to go on there and fight. And they still need you to have affirmative action for sports. Anything that makes us win, they still gonna want it. They still gonna want you to mark down.
But you know
that
what?
you're a black guy from such and such.
I don't for
play
some
football.
Reason, but for some reason, like I said, the younger kids, the younger generation,
they don't care.
They don't care about race. They don't want to put down they black, especially if they biracial.
Yeah.
Oh, am I black today?
Well, they don't even want to
get through the door. Am I white today?
They don't even want to put down male or female.
Thank you.
Non-binary.
Yeah. You don't know what I am. I want to fight in a war.
Right.
Well, what color are you? Does it matter?
Right.
I'm blended. I'm clear skinned.
It says here, Wendy M said, hey, Wendy, we ain't seen you in a while. I participated in a national spelling bee back in 1990. The majority of the kids there were Italian and Asian Americans. Their parents generally expect higher performance.
They do.
We saying that. We don't want to hear it as Americans. Like I said, it's controversial. I'm saying it out loud. Go ahead and send me all the hate mail. I don't care. But people who come from other countries push their kids because they know what it's like not to come from nothing. Mm-hmm. So I fought to get here. You're not going to sit in the room all day and play Nintendo. Mm. That's just not going to happen. Right. Remember that Asian man that's the actor that became the doctor? He's a doctor.
He's a doctor, became an actor.
And he said he came home and he told his parents, oh, I got this, and this. And they're like, oh, good, Asian. You still a doctor.
Right.
You can fall back on doctor.
Yeah. Medical degree. You got that, right?
Hollywood go away. You are still a doctor.
Oh, I tell you.
So you can come and be anything you want. They don't care. Mm-hmm. But you got to have something.
Some education.
So college is not pushed with us. And it's nothing wrong with that. I'm fine with that.
Or trade school.
I'm fine with
There's
that.
There's other ways to still be educated.
Because your kid
learn a trade.
And I know y'all don't want to hear this. Mm-hmm. Your kid may not need to go to college. And when I say moron, I'm included in that. I wasn't the best in college.
I'm a
creative person.
Student, yeah.
I'm a creative person. I don't want to sit and read a stupid book in class and then got to do a paper on it and then come back and do this and that and that and that. And I saw people leaving and becoming millionaires.
Yeah.
By being creative. If that's what you want. Now, if you want to be an engineer or a doctor or something in a field where you have to have the book knowledge.
Right.
You don't want a dumb doctor operating on you.
Right. Who did all his learning from YouTube.
And I don't want, Google. Yeah, you don't want a doctor that Googled what, open up your head and do your head brain surgery.
We Google everything now.
Yeah. So you want a heart surgeon. You want somebody who's gone through. But all of them, and I hate y'all gonna hate it, will be Asian, Indian. How many Indian doctors? I think all our doctors are Indian.
I'm sorry.
They gonna be Asian.
All of my oncologists
are Indian.
No. Okay, Asia. They're from Asia.
They Asian.
East Asia because she's Chung. My other doctor is from, I call it.
And when I say India, that's still Asia, I guess.
It's all India. It's all Asia. And my friend who's from South Korea, we would make jokes about that. I say, east side, west side of India. But they were all from Asia. All my doctors were from Asia.
And if they black.
Oh my God.
If they black, they're going to be West Indian or something. Or African.
From Africa.
If I'm wrong, put in the comment if I'm wrong.
From Nigeria.
Put in the comment if I'm wrong. If if I'm way on another tantrum, please tell me I'm wrong. This does not affect black kids in this country.
My new guy, my old gynecologist was a black woman, and her dad, they owned the business themselves. So I was we try to support black businesses, even with physicians, black dentists, if we can find one. I went to a black dentist years ago. He was mean.
And who cares if
I said, I can't support your business. You're not nice.
And how many of y'all, when you get when they tell you to go to the doctor, you say, did you go to Harvard? You don't care. They went to some school.
The dentist that I went to was right out of dental school. He liked to use his foot to pull my teeth out.
How many of y'all actually go, oh, did you go to Harvard when you going just to get somebody to take your blood pressure or whatever? You you a doctor, right?
Or lawyers that you get, a lawyer.
Your lawyer is only as good as his record. Nobody cares that he went to Harvard.
Yeah.
They want to know, did you win? How many cases have you won? How many have you lost?
Doctors, how many malpractices? Yeah, but you got me thinking. All my doctors are from Asia. Wow.
Or if they black. They from Jamaica or somewhere or African or something. They not.
No, that's unfair because we got a lot of blacks. Like before he passed away, Johnny Cochran. What's his name? The black guy, the other black guy that's
well, you're talking about a different generation. I'm talking about this generation. See, that's why you said they don't want to put. They don't care about stuff like this.
They don't want to put race.
They don't care about stuff like this.
Because think about it, 30, 40 years from now, people won't care if he's a black doctor or not.
I know this is another thing that they're trying to get black people.
They want him to be a good doctor, regardless of his color.
I know this another ruling that we're trying to get black people all riled up about. Y'all, it's really not going to affect us.
But some blacks are riled up, like the NAACP guy.
It's not going to. Well, they always want to get riled up because they want you to give them some money. How come every time they get riled up, I get an email asking me for some money?
Well, we'll probably hear this ongoing, how this ruling is going to be helpful and hurtful either way.
Thank you.
Because people are for it, some people are against it.
Thank you.
So
my thing is, it doesn't matter. I think it matters, but it doesn't matter to the extent that everybody's getting so hyped up about it. Especially since they put the little clause in there that you can write something. And if you show that you have some kind of reason to be propelled above everybody.
To enter the school.
Every black kid in the urban area can write that same letter. They can have a template in the guidance counselor's office that says crime in my neighborhood. This. You know what?
It's so sad to say before we move on. My sorority and then another organization that I'm in the community, we're big on trying to give out scholarships
that nobody wants.
That's the thing, you guys. We live in an area where we purposely go to those areas where there's not a lot of funding. We gotta
beg them to fill it out.
We gotta beg.
They're not going to Harvard.
I have sorority sisters who coming out of their pocket to even bless these kids, and we specifically try to find minority, especially black kids, because we're black. So most of the kids who do apply are Hispanic.
Yeah.
So a lot of Latino kids. So I get that as well.
So it's not gonna. So go ahead.
Yeah, one white girl, didn't he?
And then I'm also like, and even I can't stand Clarence Thomas. But here's the thing.
He made some comment about he doesn't know.
I'm so tired of people saying that black people have our hands out. We always want somebody to give us a handout. We always need somebody to help us. I'm sick of hearing about it. Go ahead. Do away with the programs. You're going to find out that the majority of the people on welfare are white people. The majority of the people that utilize affirmative action are white women. The majority of, you see what I'm saying? So all this, you almost want them to. Because I'm tired of hearing that they think that I'm almost sounding like Louis Farrakhan in a way. I'm tired of people thinking that we need you. Black people have enough money and resources within the own community.
We do.
Why are our HBCUs those should be up at the level of Harvard?
They should.
And Princeton and all of these. So if you're a black
Howard is the black.
Yeah, our vice president went to Howard.
So that gives.
So if you're a black person and you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, why don't you go to Howard? Why can't you go to an HBCU?
Spelman, Morehouse.
Why you gotta go to Harvard?
There's so many of them out there.
So I'm done. Yeah. I'm tired of everybody thinking that we always gotta have white people bail us out. And then, yes, I do agree. When you got a group, not all of y'all, but the system with its foot on your neck, yeah, you kind of need to take your foot off my neck. That's why I agree when Obama said, I'll pull myself up by my own bootstraps, but can you give me back my straps?
That's what Martin Luther King said.
Exactly.
He needs the bootstraps to pull himself up.
So I'm not totally tone deaf like Clarence Thomas and them who think nothing is racist, that think there's no systemic racism in this country, that think that there's no racism and that all you got to do is just smile and things will be given to you because you're such a wonderful God. Tim Scott, you just stand on the corner and with your bald head and every cab driver just passes you by. But one day a real cab driver is going to show up and he's going to pick me up. Yeah. We're not dumb like that. We don't think that naive, but we're not so far on the other spectrum either to feel like we gotta have somebody help us all the time.
I know. I just know that the younger generation are kind of thinking a little different than we are as older.
They don't
care. Those
care.
of you guys who know kids like 16, 17, 20 years old.
They don't care.
A lot of them don't care about color per
and they
se.
ain't going to Harvard.
Can you just let me go into school on my own merit? I don't need to put down I'm black, I'm white, I'm Asian. Some of them trying to look at all the things and go, well, I'm a little of this.
I'm a little of this.
And I'm a little of this. Mom says we're part Native and I'm part Hispanic.
Or don't sometimes you think, you don't know if this going to help or hurt me.
Right.
If I put black.
Well, I play the black card because my dad's
black. If I
black.
put black, is that going to help me on this application?
Thank you.
Or sometimes it will. And then sometimes if I put black, it will hurt me.
It will hurt you. We got enough blacks here. We need diversity. Yeah, we need more white kids, more biracial kids.
But we understand because people in our own family have benefited from affirmative action. Yeah. This was when they didn't have no women as engineers or whatever. And they had to put our family member.
Yes, for them.
And she checked off 2 boxes, black and a woman.
Yeah.
So they was like, shoot.
That was the episode on Good Times. When what's the husband's name? Florida, James wanted Florida to come with him for that to fill out that application. He thought he had the job to work in the store.
Right.
And the boss came to the lady who was thinking that James had the job, said, "Oh, who is this? That's his wife? Hire her."
Yeah.
And the lady was like, I practically promised James the job.
She checked off 2 boxes.
2 boxes because back then, affirmative action was big. They called around. They made sure that these stores and these organizations had minorities on that list. Make sure out of the 20 people you got to have at least 5 minorities.
Well, I don't know if you agree with me, but like I said, I'm controversial in the sense that affirmative action isn't the same as it was back in the 60s and the 70s and 80s.
Right.
To me, right now, it's still needed, but it needs to be totally revamped. Yeah. Same as welfare, everything. Yeah. It needs to be, our government, they don't know how to run nothing, y'all. It has to be revamped. And neither the Democrats or the Republicans have the answer. Yeah. So if you on here and you a Democrat, I'm not in your corner. And if you in here and you're a Republican, I'm not in your corner. Yeah. Neither one of y'all parties have the answer. And neither one of y'all parties know how to revamp the system. All y'all talk about is either doing away with something or giving more money to something. Yeah. If you're a Republican, you want to do away with it. If you're a Democrat, you just want to pour more money into it. Yeah. Nobody wants to revamp it. Just like Wendy M just said, my students are getting to be more multiracial. Yeah. So now in it's 2023, it's not that cut and dry. Back in my mom's days, you was either Negro or you was white.
We was trying to get our foot in the door to even be with the white kids. So
and if you was a mixed, you was married to somebody who was mixed back then, there wasn't that many of y'all.
No.
You was either a Negroid or you was white.
Colored
Caucasian.
or white. Colored fountain or white.
But now, you got people walking in, their eyes look Asian. What are you?
Are you?
Well, my grandmother's Korean.
My dad's Asian.
Black.
My mom's from India.
My mom's Italian.
My father is Filipino.
And, well, my dad's black, but his grandmother was German.
Yes.
So
I'm a mix
my great grandmother is white, and my great grandfather's from Africa.
So when they see the boxes on there for race, they'll go, I don't fit any of these. I'm an other.
I'm Native.
I'm an other.
I'm Native American. Well, this is our friend. I'm Native American, and my mom's Latina.
Yeah.
But I look black.
Yeah.
My father think he black, but he Native American.
He's Native.
So what do I check?
Is there a other box? Or I just won't check anything.
I can check Native.
It's not important. I don't check anything.
I can check Native, but they haven't recognized my family, so I can't really legally.
Well, no, my dad's tribe is recognized, so I actually can go to school for free.
Oh, so just let me
I gotta prove that my dad and my family is from that tribe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just all over the place.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
So they don't want to check that. And then you got these young black. See, that's the other thing. People keep saying, well, what about the names? Shaquana, Shakisha, Shaquana.
We'll know by the name.
Another thing. And I know y'all gonna hate me. How many Shaquanas and Shakishas are at Harvard?
You know what? That's just wrong. What's the name of our Supreme Court judge? I can't even say it. That's not right.
And I know I'm saying that.
Okay.
So if a name,
it's a black name.
So if you get an application, if you get an application at Harvard, you really think they're gonna get 150 Shaquandas?
If she writes a good story.
No, I'm trying to say I'm the admissions.
Oh okay.
And the Supreme Court said you can't put black. And I see Shaquanda Jenkins
or Linda Chung.
I'm just doing black right now.
I'm sorry.
I see Shaquanda Jenkins. I am not seeing a million Shaquanda Jenkins.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Shaquanda Jenkins in.
You know what?
Because I want to keep diversity at my university.
But Shaquanda Jenkins, like the other young kids, are saying, don't put me in the school because I'm black. Did I do a good job? Did I get a 3? Am I a 3.0 or above?
But no, see, that's why I disagree with you. I think you should be put in because you black.
No, a lot of the kids, like the Hispanic kids, they had a mixture. The Hispanic kids was happy about it because they got in because of their heritage.
Well, I went to
some kids are saying, "Did I get a 3.0 or above?" I won't be. I understand if you don't admit.
Well, here's mine. I have a personal story.
Okay.
I went to DePaul University, which is a prestigious school.
Right.
My grades wasn't good enough. So they had a program at that time called the Bridge Program.
Right.
And they reached out to kids like us that's black.
Okay.
That's how I got into DePaul University.
Affirmative action, probably.
Well, that program.
I'm sure that program, and even over that university, if they get any money funding from the government, they probably said you need a certain percentage of black.
Yep.
You need a certain percentage of Asian.
But I'm saying if I listen to you by saying my score, I wouldn't have got in.
But what if
my score wasn't good?
But what if you one of those, aside from that issue, what if you one of those kids that said that won't, I guess they'll look at your scores and say it don't matter if you black or white.
It was because I was black.
Because one of the things,
I don't care.
But one of the things Alyssa said, it's unfair if you're looking at color too, other than your situation, which was grades, will help her because they're still probably trying to fill the quota. She's saying, what about the Clarence Thomas kids who are privileged and making a lot of money? Not the legacy. They got money. They got good.
I agree.
What about the young poor guy from the hood who grades are just...
I agree. And because black people are doing better now.
Yeah.
A lot of these black kids aren't in the same category.
Right.
Like we found out, like you said, when we gave out our scholarships in our sorority, we had black kids from affluent areas, mom, doctor, dad, lawyer, whatever.
Yep.
And some people, it was like, why should we give one to her?
She graded higher when we did our rubric scoring.
See, we did grade.
She graded higher.
And you notice all the kids in the good schools all grade high.
And we had to do it.
And the ones that went to the urban areas didn't grade as high, but they had a lot of extra things that they did that made us go, yeah, she volunteers, she does this, she does her community service. We didn't just go by grades. She
wrote a good essay.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And I had sorority sisters who gave out of their pocket for those kids who didn't grade as well, like your bridge program.
See?
They didn't grade as their GPA wasn't quite high, but it was something about them.
See?
That she said, I'm giving you some money because you got something in you that I see.
In my opinion, I read the thing and said that they still can go based on their write-up.
Okay.
So I feel like if they can still admit them on their write-up, then why do we care about this?
Yeah.
This is not going to affect us.
The Asian kids should be able to write some too. Everybody, right?
It can't just be on your grades. I'm telling you, if you just go grades, the whole school will be Asian and Indian.
Yeah.
And foreign people from other countries.
So this is not going to stop. This discussion will go on.
Wendy M says, and the parents are giving their kids strangely spelled, very unique names that it would be hard to tell what race or sex they are. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Pat, well, not Pat. What they said, Pat, is it a girl or is it a guy?
No, Saturday Night Live.
That's not. You're right. That's actually not a bad idea.
A lot of Jewish people. Names.
A lot of Jewish people changed their names.
Chris,
because they didn't their last name.
Oh yeah,
because they didn't want you to know they was Jewish back in the day.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so let's. Okay. I don't know, y'all. If y'all feel like it's something that's gonna really make a big deal,
right?
Then let us know.
For it against. Why don't you put a survey out?
Okay, let us know in the comment section. I don't know if you agree with me. I don't feel like it's going to make that much of a deal until they get rid of the legacy thing for Harvard.
Yeah.
These Asian kids that's mad and sued and all of this, y'all still ain't getting in because morons like Trump will be there. Because his dad or whatever was there.
Or the Kennedy's
kids. All his grandson will be there. Yeah. You still ain't going to get in. Right. And because Shaquana is not there anymore, which is what, 5 of them there? How many black kids is at Harvard? Because you getting rid of Shaquana and whatever, and she can't get in over you, it's not going to put a dent in you getting in there. The dent will come if they address the legacy. Mm-hmm. That's where the dent will come in.
Open the doors for everybody.
Because if you was to pull out how many kids is at Harvard because of legacy and not because of scores, that's where your dent is going to come. So y'all went after, in my opinion, the wrong group.
But you know what? Like you said that earlier, legacy would be hard to get rid of because that's where the money is coming from.
And also, you guys are going to be the only ones in the future in college because the American kids are going to use creativity, and that's how they're going to make money. They're going to be on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all these other things, and they're going to rap and sing music and entertain and do all these things.
All social media.
Or they'll do trades. Like what's her name said, they'll send them to trades. They'll be plumbers, which is excellent. Mm-hmm. They'll be plumbers and make more money than they would going to Harvard and getting a degree that they probably won't even use. They'll make more money as a technician, as an electrician, as all of these different areas that now we're starting to see have value in them. And a degree is what?
Or more kids may, like you said, go to HBCUs.
And the Asian kids and the Indian kids will still be in college because their parents' mentality is you have to get a degree.
Yeah.
That's why you come to this country, so you get a degree.
Okay.
So that's what I think. All right, your thing.
Ooh, do we have even time?
We got time.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Because we talked a long time about this.
I know, but
that's the breaking news.
Time.
Quickly, I didn't want to talk about what the Views said. I just gave out points on what the Views did say about the whole affirmative action thing. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to bring up what they did talk about in regards to Idris. Mm-hmm. Everybody at one time was at an uproar with him possibly becoming the new James Bond. And
hold on. Wendy M, healthcare, yes. Nurses, RNs, LPNs, and the service sector, yes. That's where the jobs are. I agree. AI, huge. Not these college communications and business. No, it'll be AI. It'll be computers. All of that.
Whatever it is, they need to find their niche, and they need to not waste money. I wasted money at the first year because I went for socializing. I wasted money at DePaul. Hey, I met some friends. Thank you. I'm away from home.
Thank you.
That's wasting money.
So I don't think y'all should get all bent out of shape over the affirmative action.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
But the Idris thing with the James Bond, I think that gave him a sour taste in his mouth. That people made it about color. We were talking about ethnicity and all that with the affirmative action. But when it comes to acting, they even brought up the Little Mermaid and the issues that people at an uproar
about a black mermaid,
a cartoon character, a fictional character, and James Bond is not a real person.
He's not real.
The fact that a black person is playing it, is that a big?
Well, I heard the argument. It makes sense, the argument, but the fact is he's not real.
Go ahead.
But the argument was James Bond can't be black. You know why?
Why?
Because he's supposed to be able to walk into a party and be not suspicious. Nobody's supposed to be able to look at him. Now, if this black man walk into
everybody would turn and go. They'd be with their mouth dry.
First of all, they would be looking because he's a black man.
Who's this black man?
At a billionaire's party.
He says.
And you know every black billionaire. So you like, who is that? That is not. Why is this black man at our party?
Where you be from? Where you from? But let him say it.
And so that it didn't make sense, even though James Bond's not real.
I know,
but that does make sense though. He can't blend. A black James Bond cannot blend in Russia.
Oh, so he's supposed to play parts like Shaft, Superfly, Pimp Daddy. Come on in.
You know how James Bond.
Shaft.
You know how James Bond. He goes all over the world.
Yeah,
white people are all over the world.
He
can't blend in Russia,
so he won't be believable. He won't a black Russian.
He have on a baseball cap.
Lean to the side.
It's your James Bond.
It's James. What is it? Bond. James Bond. And he has the British accent.
If he's in Russia, Putin is gonna be like,
"Would we love?"
No, Putin's gonna be like, "Is that James Bond?"
But we'll be saying,
"No, it's some black man walking down the street with a hat turned to the side."
He's too old. He needs 10 years. Maybe Michael B. Jordan can play, or some other guy she mentioned.
So I do understand the argument. The people that I heard have an argument about him being James Bond, a black person.
Okay.
But the fact is, ultimately, it's not real. It's not a real character.
That's the bottom line, and that turned him off. But let's play the video.
James Bond.
Idris.
All right.
Playing James Bond. Let's see the clip.
Being, asked to be James Bond was like, okay, you sort of reached the pinnacle, that's kind of one of these things that the whole world sort of has a vote in. Those that weren't happy about the idea made the whole thing disgusting and off-putting, because it became about race and it became about just nonsense, dude. And I got the brunt of it.
I think people forget that black people know they're black. You have to remind us all the time. We know.
Thank you.
And that's a very hurtful thing, especially.
Oh, shut up, Sonny. I don't like Sonny.
Because she loves
But anyway, well, of course she loves Idris. And
but I get what you're saying as far as him blending in. He's a white man in the audience.
Yeah.
He'll blend in. They won't know he's a spy.
If he's running down the street, if a black James Bond was running down the street, every police officer would shoot him.
With a hoodie.
Why is he running down the street?
What's that black man running from? What he steal? What he stole? Yeah.
If he's in a store, they would follow him around.
But
he can't just blend.
Let's just think about this.
I'm just saying that's what
how many actors, actresses, singers, whatever, have been probably like yuck that the world feels that way, especially with the whole thing with the Little Mermaid. What if Halle said that? What if she said, you know what, everyone doesn't like the fact that I'm going to be a black person. I don't want to be the mermaid.
But the difference to me between the mermaid and James Bond, with the mermaid, it didn't matter what color she was.
Oh, to some people
No, I'm saying the arguments that they was having.
I get what you're saying.
It didn't make sense to the character.
Yeah, the character could be.
It's almost like if I wanted to play
Someone skinny?
Yeah. Some fashion model known all over the world.
That's
every woman wants to be.
No,
every woman wants to be me.
No, I think what's close to what you're saying is what actually happened almost. The Dorothy Dandridge, Dorothy Dandridge, they were saying the person that wanted to play her was too dark.
Yeah, something like that.
And they needed someone lighter skinned to fit the complexion.
Gabrielle Union playing Lena Horne.
No. That's
so then when you have those scenes where she's at a club and they do the brown paper bag and they say, oh, you passed, come on in. We all sitting in the audience going like this.
She's darker than me. How'd she pass? Yeah. I see what you're saying, but you shed some light on the James Bond character as a spy.
He's a spy.
He needs to blend. And boy, I'm gonna tell y'all, when Idris come in, Idris don't blend.
And that's why people want me to say, racist and stuff.
I know.
I don't want a black James Bond.
But Idris would be wonderful if he didn't have to blend.
I know. But James Bond,
accent,
he has to blend.
But he's too old. What we say, he's too old. They need a good 10 years.
But I know it's not
so they can carry that character over and over.
And I know it's not real. So I guess we're supposed to just say, okay, he's at this billionaire's party. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter because you watched that stupid show that you watched.
The Bridgerton.
Mm-hmm. And so technically, on paper, they wasn't supposed to be black.
Right.
The real story is white people.
Yeah.
But we suspended that in our minds and
watched everybody in the whole society thing.
Yeah, so you could have a black James Bond.
Their neighbor could be a black man a prince from somewhere and he's royalty.
You could have a black James Bond, just like you could have a black queen, but you got to understand the audience we got to get rid of that whole thing of him blending.
I know.
Because he walks into a party with billionaires. He's not blending. He's a black man. I'm going to be like, is that Sean Puffy Combs?
But don't they know?
Who is that?
But don't James
It's only a few of y'all, African or something.
But James Bond is known as James Bond when he does go into a room, right? They know who he is.
He'll wear a hat or something.
But they know he's James Bond, right?
No, not at some places. Remember, he'll show up.
Okay.
He'll be at a restaurant or he'll walk in a hotel or if a black man walked into a hotel in Germany, he gonna stick out.
Yeah.
But we can suspend that. We're fine. Because we did with your Bridgerton. But it's a lot to do that.
Yeah. She has some truth there with Queen Charlotte and all of that, with the husband and all that. She had truth in some of the story, but some of it was still exaggerated.
So I can see both sides.
We'll see.
I can see black people saying, what's wrong with having a black James Bond? If y'all can have a black Bridgerton and people can say, okay, that's fine.
Well, if they made any of our superheroes other than Black Panther black, people would still be outraged. Black man,
Well, no, you can't have a white Panther.
No, not Panther. A black Batman. A black
which is fine.
Superman.
Which is fine.
So anything, and that's why black people was probably getting upset with the whole thing with the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Why we gotta use theirs and make our own.
I think Idris is qualified enough where they can create a whole new thing around him.
Yeah.
And it's like a James Bond type of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's Idris.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah. But I just wanted to show how he was turned off with all of that race thing. So,
all right. So he didn't want to do it. Mm-mm. So U.S. woman, this lady, briefly, U.S. woman who shot and killed an Uber driver claims she thought she was being kidnapped. Ooh. A Kentucky woman allegedly saw a sign for Mexican City, Juarez, and shot the Daniel Pedra multiple times in the back of the head. This woman came from Kentucky.
So she had a concealed carry.
I don't know what she had, but she had a gun. She came from Kentucky to visit her boyfriend. And if you know anything about driving in some of these areas, you will see a sign that says, to Mexico or to whatever. Mm-hmm. But you're still in the United States until you cross the border. Now, she was some dummy not to know that you have to cross the border. I got in the Uber to go to her boyfriend's, and she was on the highway and she saw the sign that says welcome to Mexico or Mexican or something. Uh-huh. But that was like, you know how it'd be like a patch or something and you'd be like in something and you're not really in that place.
Oh, okay.
So she thought she was being kidnapped.
That's not a strong
but But
defense.
why would you, if let's say for the sake of argument, you think you're being kidnapped, why would you just take the gun out and shoot the guy in the back of the head? Then the car crashed. Why would you do that?
I don't understand what made her feel like she was being kidnapped.
She saw the sign that said Mexico. She thought she was being kidnapped.
And why wouldn't you not say something to him?
That's what I'm saying.
And then you're saying he's driving, so you're putting yourself in danger.
It says a Texas man in El Paso died days after being shot by his Uber passenger who claimed to have incorrectly assumed she was being kidnapped and taken to Mexico. She probably thought, remember them black people that got kidnapped?
Yeah.
Them three, the four.
Right.
Four?
They went to get surgery.
She probably thought that he was getting ready to do something like that to her.
Oh. Okay.
Daniel, 52, had been on life support after being shot multiple times in the back of his head on June 16. Doctors said he would never be able to come off life support, and his family made the decision to pull him off of it Wednesday. It's devastating, and it wrecked us so much, his niece said to WBKO. It's something that should have never happened. Her uncle being taken off life support. My aunt didn't want to see him suffer, but honestly, we don't think that we made the decision to disconnect him. That decision was made for him the second that those bullets went into his head. This lady allegedly saw a road sign for the Mexican city Herreras during the ride, and she believed she was being kidnapped. The investigation does not support that a kidnapping took place or that the Pydra guy was veering towards there. She wasn't even near like the border or anything. The incident also did not take place near a bridge or any port of entry of Mexico.
What is wrong with her? Is she charged?
He had been driving for Uber for about 3 weeks.
Oh, no. Oh, Lord.
He had been a mechanic, but began driving after a knee injury.
Oh.
He loved his job, his niece told the Washington Post, especially getting to meet new people. One of his passengers even came to visit him in the hospital.
Oh.
He was a hardworking man and really funny, his niece told El Paso Times. He was never in a bad mood. He was always the one that if he saw you in a bad mood, he'll come over and try to lift your spirits or always make you laugh. Such a funny, caring, and hardworking man.
Oh, what happened here?
And this nut job thinks that he was trying to kidnap her.
I don't care what she's thinking.
She's definitely getting charged, and she's going to jail. Sorry.
That man's life is no more the same.
Let me see.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, wait a minute. Dang, y'all went all the way up. Wendy M. And the parents are giving their kids strongly spelled. Okay, I did that one. Healthcare, jobs out there. She agreed. There was a black Captain Marvel in the comic books. Oh, yeah. It sure was.
I know that.
Wendy M says there was, okay. Wendy says maybe he's not at the party. Maybe he's fixing the air conditioner. James Bond. That's what I'm saying. He got to come in a suit, a janitor suit or something.
Look, he can blend in there.
That's true. They could change the script.
Yeah.
He's not sitting at the bar drinking the martini with the olives. Mm-hmm. He's in a janitor outfit with a broom walking around.
Or he could be serving at the bar.
He could be serving at the bar.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's his name?
Or walking around with the drinks like this. But it's still Idris. Idris walking around like this. You're still going to be like, hi. You want a drink? Sure. No woman is just going to be like, yeah, give me the drink and keep moving. They're going to be turning around looking at him like, you look too good looking to be walking around with a drink.
Okay.
Wendy says she could have pulled out her gun and said, let me out if this darn card. Thank you.
Thank you. Instead of just don't even ask questions.
She could have waited for him to stop and jumped out the car.
Didn't even ask questions. Just shoot first.
While the car is moving.
Everybody's been doing this with these stupid guns.
What is going on with these guns?
They don't talk. They don't ask questions, or they just assume. Boom, boom, boom.
Is everybody nervous?
You took a life.
I think everybody's scared.
I don't even
Everybody's
know.
scared. It's fear. The spirit of fear is in the land.
Oh, Lord. Is he going to kidnap me?
Spirit of fear.
Oh, Lord. Let me get him.
And you got to stop watching news all the time.
Yeah. Oh. This
All
poor
right.
man.
Madonna.
Pray for his family. What's going on with her?
Madonna recovering in hospital after being found unresponsive.
They said that.
Madonna was rushed to the hospital in New York City on Saturday night after she was found unresponsive. Page 6 reported Wednesday. The 64-year-old singer was reportedly intubated for at least a night. She was awake and recovering Wednesday with the tube removed. Her manager, Guy, she married a guy named Guy. That's funny. Was confirmed a health scare via Instagram, saying that she had developed a serious bacterial infection, which led to several days stay in ICU. But they won't tell you what the bacterial infection was. As of Wednesday, Madonna was out of the ICU. Her health is improving. However, she is still under medical care. That's what her the manager said.
Yeah, they said on the news that she was unresponsive.
Can
you imagine when if she was like done with and didn't wake up?
She came to her tour.
Yeah.
Madonna announced a celebration tour earlier this year to commemorate her 40th anniversary and music career. The global mega tour was set to hit 43 cities and last through the end of January 2024.
Like a virgin.
Touched for the very first time, like a virgin. Feel your heartbeat next to mine. Whoa. We all listen to Madonna.
Okay.
If you was in the 80s, you listen to Madonna.
You know what? Wasn't she shunned from the We Are the World?
She was?
She wasn't part of that. Yeah. It was something went on with her not being a part of that. I don't know. I got to read on it. It wasn't positive, but go ahead.
Come on, Vogue, let your body move to the music. Hey, hey, hey. I wonder if I would go to her. No, I can't go to her concert. She's too nasty.
Oh.
She'll probably do something nasty,
think
but I like all her songs.
Some vulgar stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's very controversial when it comes to that.
I know enough Madonna songs to go to
I
a
know
concert.
all her songs.
I don't think you know all her songs.
Most of them.
All right, we're going to look up Madonna songs.
Most of them. Yes, ma'am. Old school.
Yeah, but I guess you will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you don't know. That's too early.
It's too early.
Material Girl. We are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material.
A material world.
Papa Don't Preach. Papa Don't Preach. I'm in da-na-na. See, you don't know the words.
I don't know the words. I know the song.
What was Like a Prayer? I know that's one. I know that one. I just don't know it. Like a Prayer. Vogue. You said
Vogue.
that one. Holiday. Celebrate. All right. If we took a holiday. All right. One all across the world, in every nation. I don't know the words. Oh yeah. I don't think you know these songs.
Well, I know most of them.
Oh, Justify My Love. Gonna justify my love, my love, my love. Gonna justify my love. Something like that.
Okay.
Let's Give Me All Your Lovin'.
So I probably won't go to a concert.
See?
Okay, I get it.
I
know most of her stuff
like that.
I told my sister, I said, what concert I would like to do is a Hall & Oates, Chicago. Did I say? Oh.
What was Like a Prayer?
Oh, what's his name? From Doobie Brothers. Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald.
Oh, I'm a Michael McDonald fan.
All right, so hopefully Doc McDonald will,
Well, she do better. Let's see.
Send
She's
prayers
getting older. She's getting older.
Send prayers for McDonald, and hopefully this,
so she can get back on the tour. So
hopefully whatever that bacteria thing is, it'll make her better. I'll keep going. I don't know. All right, so because we at the time, right? What time is it? We always try to do a TikTok of the day. So I always like this Corey Duncan Sr.
Okay.
He always has funny stuff on his.
His narration of funny
Yeah.
stuff.
So I forgot what this one was. What was this one? Forever My Lady?
Somebody Fall.
Oh, this is Jodeci. He's saying they take every song and turn it into a gospel song. All right. So here we go.
When you sprinkle a little church dust on your R&B performance.
Forever mine, my lady. Forever my lady. Can I get a witness up here tonight? Listen. All the mama stand on your feet. Come on.
Oh, wait a minute, watch what he does.
My mama calling. Sarah, can you picture this empty scene?
Look at here.
There no me or no you. What will we do? And all for such a man. If I ever lose you.
Now watch though.
And I pray that you always see you and I would never fall apart. Can wave your hand to see this. Yeah!
Watch this.
I said to protect you. Listen, but now my bed boy, everything's over.
Look at him. Oh no.
What the heck was he doing? Oh no, Casey.
What is he doing? Like he laying hands on people.
What is wrong with him?
True Blue says, I love this clip when he shook Anthony Anderson's mom wig. That was her wig.
Oh, I know she went off. She thought because Anthony Anderson mom is very vocal with.
She was having fun. She was. You saw her. She was watching Jodeci.
Oh my goodness.
So I thought that was funny.
Okay.
When church meets R&B. When you sprinkle some, that's R. Kelly.
Right.
R. Kelly would do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And lay hands on people. Praise the Lord.
Okay.
All right. So that was a TikTok.
So what's
of the day.
The donkey?
The donkey of the day. You always want to know who Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day is.
Okay.
From the Breakfast Club. A janitor. Oh, no, not the janitor. Where's my. Oh, I don't even have it on here. I'll just say it. This man was arrested at Target. He stole a vibrator, some lubricant, a shirt, and some sex toys. And went to his car and had his pants down and in the parking lot, and the police just came and arrested him. So when they got him, they pulled him out of the car. His pants was down. The vibrator fell to the ground and it was on.
You got to get your gloves for that.
Now, Charlamagne's birthday is today, and he was trying to be funny.
Okay.
And he said, I'll give him the donkey for stealing, number one, and being in the car like that.
Doing his thing.
He said, but I'm also going to give him a donkey because he had an accomplice. And he won't tell who that person was. It was somebody who drove a red car. And then Charlamagne went on to describe DJ Envy.
You know
he described DJ Envy's car. DJ Envy. He said it was a guy. We don't know if he's black or not. He could be Dominican. We don't know what he is. Light-skinned black guy.
Out of all the nationalities, Dominican.
And he said he also is the type of guy that he's old, but he colors his beard.
Okay.
So he had fake beard, and he's Dominican or something. And he described Envy's car and his license plate. He was his accomplice. So what were they doing together? Envy said, you know what?
He's being funny.
He's being funny. So he said, I'll give him a donkey of the day for not revealing who his accomplice was. And for stealing and doing all this other stuff. So if you look in the comment section, nobody cared that this guy was arrested for this. You know what was in the comment section?
About him, Envy?
I didn't know Target sold sex toys.
I didn't either. When you started saying that, and you said he bought this from Target, I was like, where? What Target is this?
So people saying, you know how Target is being boycotted for the gay thing?
Yeah, the transgender.
Oh, it's probably going to be women running the Target now.
I didn't know
they didn't even know they had sex toys.
What the sex should be?
Well, he knows. It's all in there.
Do y'all know Target sells sex toys?
Yeah. Well, everybody know now.
What section would that be in?
Yeah.
And you sure he took them from Target?
Yeah, he stole
didn't bring them with him.
No, he stole from Target. That's why they called the police on him. And he went inside in his car.
What Target is this?
Yeah.
The Target in our neighborhood, I don't think
we
sells
don't know. We ain't never looked.
But I'm trying to think. I've been all over that store. What section would that be in? The lingerie?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
But now everybody go to Target.
Maybe in the back where they have the TVs and the radios.
Oh, True Blue says the drugstore does too. So drugstores. It's
So
probably
it's
at
their drugstore
Walgreens.
then.
Or it's probably at Walgreens too.
But how can he steal them if they're at the drugstore part of Target? Target does have a drugstore.
That's probably where he stole them from.
Oh.
But True is saying they at drugstores.
I didn't know that. In the back where the pharmacist?
She says they have them with the condoms.
Where the pharmacist is?
Wendy M says Lenora asking which aisle.
I'm like, what aisle is this? I'm thinking in the back where the pharmacist is. Where it's private, where you got to ask for it.
I don't know.
Oh my
But that's what people were saying in the comment section. They didn't even care about him getting arrested.
No.
They were saying, when does Target have sex toys?
People have gotten arrested for the stupidest things and done things in their car with the stupidest items.
But that's what that was.
The moment you said Target,
that's what that was.
Okay.
It was all about him trying to be funny about DJ Envy and saying he was his accomplice.
He didn't need DJ Envy. He had the toys.
He was being funny. He was trying to be funny on his birthday.
Okay.
And that was it, y'all. I noticed True says I noticed about 2 years ago. Wow. You live and learn.
Why would it be at a drugstore?
Well, because of condoms. If you got condoms
there, I see, but not sex toys.
It's all in the whole category.
That's something Candy would be doing because she got
Candy coated nights.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right, that was it, y'all. So let us know what y'all think. If y'all for this affirmative action thing,
if you feel like it's going to be a problem,
y'all know I pretty much said it don't matter to me. It ain't going to make a big difference.
With the school admissions with the school,
and to me, it's not going to make a difference because kids aren't going in that direction. And now they're getting tech degrees, or they in creative work, or on YouTube and Instagram and
finding
stuff.
ways online.
They don't care about college, and the kids who do care about college will continue to be Asian kids, Indian kids, and kids from other countries.
We'll see.
Wendy M says, Wendy B, everybody getting their freak on these days. Laugh out loud.
Target.
Wow.
Sex toys.
Wendy says, I thought vibrators were for women. Well, obviously not.
Men can use them too.
He obviously was using it somewhere. Mm-hmm. His pants was down.
Mm-hmm.
And it fell out when they pulled him out of the car.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, y'all. So that's it. Why in the parking lot? Can't you go home? People don't have no shame.
Unless he's trying to bring him back when he done.
Oh, can you imagine him bringing that back and returning it? Well, they wouldn't put it back on the shelf. This is disgusting. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Wendy B says, talk tomorrow. I'm still looking at the text that you sent, Wendy, to see which route to go. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like. Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget to pick up our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. The link is in the description. Go to Amazon. It's there. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Always believe. Not share, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Mm-hmm. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.